Hi, I'm Nikki Hinkle, Sapphire Ambassador with Lexus, and today with Excel I'm going to be covering some shortcuts that you can do in Excel to make it easier to navigate without using your mouse. This is something I was taught in my first job as a data analyst, and in the beginning I was very resistant to not using my mouse, but it makes things so much faster once you get the hang of it. So sometimes when you see me on these videos and my spreadsheets, you'll just see me kind of zooming around. I might quickly highlight something or jump to a location. You may wonder, like, what the heck is she doing? And that's what I'm going to kind of be covering, some of those things today. One of the first things to know that you'll probably may use a lot and find handy is when you're highlighting all of your data. For some people, when they take their mouse, they'll take it and they'll drag it all the way over, and then they'll drag it all the way down. And when you have, some people have like 5,000 rows, 10,000 rows, it's going to take you a while to drag it all the way down. So this can be a complete waste of your time. So stop doing that. And all you're going to do, it doesn't matter where you're at, just press Control A. That's all it takes. And your entire data is now highlighted. So that was easy enough, right? If you want to copy that, you just press Control C. That's going to copy it all. If you wanted to paste it somewhere, let's open up a new tab here. You do Control V. So those are three things right quick. So Control A, again, is going to highlight it all. Control C is going to copy, and then Control V is going to paste. Another thing that I use often is down here at the bottom you have these different tabs, and in some of my worksheets I'll have up to like 40 different tabs in it that I'm working in one time. And so to navigate between the tabs, you don't have to come down here and click on the mouse. Just do Control Page Up, and that'll switch to the one on the left, and Page Down will switch to the one on the right. So that makes it easy when you're jumping between tabs. Another thing I use often just to move around in my spreadsheet is Control arrows. So if you press Control and the right arrow, you're going to jump all the way to the right. The down arrow, it's going to take you all the way to the bottom. Now, not all the way to the bottom, though. If you see I'm on row 584, there's a space there because we have a level 8. I don't know their email. So it's going to take you all the way to the bottom of that row of data. So if I know I want to go all the way to the actual bottom of my data here, it's best to start in A1 because I know I have all my levels here. All of those are full. There are no blanks there. So Control down will take me all the way to the bottom. Control right, Control up. So that's kind of one way that I move around when I'm looking for things in my data. If there is a formula, which I use formulas a lot in my spreadsheet, I don't have any right here, but when I'm copying my formulas, you know, I want to press Control Shift over, and that's going to highlight everything. And let's go now, just press Shift down, and then I can do Control D, and that's going to copy all that down. So I'm going to go over what I just did again real quick. So Control Shift over. Keep your fingers on. Oops, sorry. Take your finger off the control. If you keep your finger on the control, if we do Control Shift down, then it's going to highlight all the way down. Because Control downs and Control ups go all the way to the top and all the way to the bottom. The Shift button is what highlights. So if I just do Shift over, it's going to highlight. So Shift is highlight, Control is to the top and the bottom. So again, if we do Control and Shift together, all the way to the right, it's going to highlight all the way to the right. Then you can take your fingers off, then press Shift and down arrow. Again, just one time, and that's going to highlight down one row. So I just want to, let's say I just want to copy this down one row. Now I press Control D, and Control D copies down. If I want to copy to the right, so I want to highlight that field next to it first. So Shift is highlight. So I do Shift, arrow, Control R. R just copies over to the right. Another thing I do use a lot when I'm copying is sometimes I just want to copy if I have a formula in something. So say right here I have this number plus this number. Well, that's not a number. That number plus. So I have a formula in here, but I want to, if I copy this formula down, it's going to change the number here. So I want to paste this number from here to there, but I don't want it to be the exact number. But see, every time I copy, I press Control Copy, and now I press Control Paste there. Well, I'm not getting the same number. So what's happening there, if you look up here in this field, it's because the formula is going down one number with each one, which is great a lot of times, and a lot of times it's what you want, but sometimes it's not what we want. Sometimes I want this number, 900,961, to actually be right here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Control Copy, and then this keystroke, you don't have to press all at the same time like the other ones have. You press the Alt button, then you press the E button, then you press the S button. And that's going to bring up my paste special. And you can see up here, there's something underlined, like here the F is underlined, here the V is underlined, here the T is underlined. This is if I just want to paste the formula in that cell. Here's I just want to place the value, here's the format, the comment. But what I want here, if I just want this number, is I want to press the value. So now I'm going to press a V, and then OK. Which seems like, again, a lot of steps, but once you get used to it, it just becomes second nature and becomes a lot easier than moving over to your mouse and finding the paste special things up here. So that's another keystroke that I use often. You can also use them to change the formatting of your cells. So if I just want to make something bold, I do Control B. If I want to make something italic, I do Control I. If I want to underline, Control U. And then I can take those things off by pressing the exact same thing again. And those are some commonly used keystrokes that I use often when I'm working in Excel.